the investigative journalist. Ross Coulthart was the first to interview David Grusch. He joins us now. Ross, a lot's happened since then. Your interview for NewsNation started the cascade of events that's brought the UFO conversation mainstream. Even Senator Marco Rubio is saying we should listen to what they have to say. When you heard the senator talk about this yesterday in the last 2 days on NewsNation, what was your reaction?
It was terrific to finally hear what I've known behind the scenes for quite some time, that senators and representatives are taking this extremely seriously. What a lot of people haven't realized until now, until Senator Rubio made that admission, is that there have been hearings, secret hearings going on in the Congress for at least 2 years, where very senior witnesses, including people with very high clearances from within the government, from within the intelligence community, have given evidence about, believe it or not, a UAP crash retrieval program and reverse engineering program, which is improperly, illegally, and in some cases criminally being withheld from the public and the Congress. And it's quite extraordinary, I think, to hear this admission by the senator, because he's now bipartisan. We now know that Senator Gillibrand as well is saying that she wants hearings, and also in the Congress, in the House, there's push from both Representative Burchett and also Representative Mike Gallagher. So we're looking at a bipartisan push here, Blake. Yep. It's a very significant moment. This is really getting momentum. So
you mentioned Senator Rubio and the secret hearings that you talked about, or at least information that he has heard from, or people that he has heard from. He talks about, quote unquote, firsthand claims of certain things. What do you think the quote certain things might be? Because he didn't get specific, but I'm curious as to what you think that might be.
Well, I know what they are. What they are people who are from within the legacy program, people who say they are working on retrieved non-human intelligence, alien, if you like, technology. I know this is mind-blowing, and I know a lot of your audience are still shaking their heads going, my goodness, how can this possibly be true? But I am told, because I'm speaking to people who have come forward to give evidence, and who are about to come forward
since the special, Ross? Like when they saw David Grusch come out, and David Grusch said, "Look, I'm putting myself on the line here." Did that sort of open the door? Did that open the floodgates? And have you heard from multiple people since then?
Yes, I have. And more importantly, a lot of those people, whilst they deeply admire David Grusch for his courage in going public, what they're hoping is that as well as public hearings, they will be able, within a private hearing of the Congress, to give their evidence in camera, in a secure skiff. Because a lot of the evidence that they have to reveal is highly confidential.
And you say that they're making, since David Grusch came forward, the people that have since come forward to you, you're saying, are making basically the exact same claims that Grusch made.
Absolutely. And more importantly, just to emphasize this, the Inspector General of the intelligence community has already deposed. He's taken evidence from some of these people, which is why he found Mr. Grusch's allegations to be credible and urgent and referred them to the Congress.
A public hearing with Grusch, you think that's inevitable at this point, and if so, when?
Yes, there's a strong intention from both Senator Gillibrand, Senator Marco Rubio, and also in the House from Congressman Burchett and Gallagher. I suspect that there will be multiple hearings. The Congress has now got its teeth into this issue, and I guess you just have to wonder at what stage, Blake, does the president intervene? I think it's catastrophic if there's a forced disclosure here. I think the government needs to actually consider now some kind of admission, because the evidence is overwhelming. The weight of witnesses is becoming extremely strong. Does the government want this to come out in a spill inside the Congress, or does it want to present as a government that's in charge, that's able to tell the public the truth? It's as simple as that.
Ross Coulthart, great to hear from you again. Excellent reporting as always. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.